Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with day 10 for my December daily. Now this is going to be facing day 9, so I'm going to keep that color theme going as far as the blues. Now I'm going through, these are some sheets from a Bow Bunny collection, and I'm going through them and I'm seeing what can I use in this spread. Now this is almost like a 5x5 or a 5x5 sheet with the stockings and everything on it. I really love that. So what I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to cut it by 4x5, and then I'll take some little pieces of pattern paper and kind of tweak it and make it so that it's 4x6. But I'm loving that I went into my stash and grabbed some collections that have been sitting there for years. I forgot to look how long some of these collections have been in my stash, but I'm sure it's well over 8 years. But now, they're going to be sitting in, it's not maybe a 12x12 sheet, but I've cut them down by 4x6 or 4x3, and they're going to be sitting in my Project Life December daily album. That card, I absolutely love it with the stockings. That's the one I was talking about a few minutes ago, but it's only 4x5. So I'm looking to see what can I stick in behind that 4x6 to make it so that it just stretches it. So I take this little scrap of pattern paper, I cut it in two. I'm going to put a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom, and how I figure out how much I need to have, I just take another 4x6 card, I put it underneath, and I match it up so that it completely makes a 4x6, and then that way I know it's going to fit in my pocket. Now some of the scraps were they were cut a little kind of funky, so I just trimmed it down so that it fits. That Let It Snow card had rounded edges. I didn't want the rounded edges, so I just cut that off, and that's going to be my card where I'm going to put my day with the Let It Snow. Then, because that was going to be sort of a card that didn't have any pictures, instead of putting the stockings underneath it, I put the stockings to the bottom right of it as far as possible, and then that way it kind of separates the cards that are just kind of decorative and don't have anything else, like no journaling or no photos. Then the Fun and Frosty, that was another cut apart, and the one with that looks like a label, that was another, I think that was a card, a 4x4 card. And then the one with the snowman was also a cut apart, and the one with the nutcracker was also cut apart. And the one with the little house here, that was actually a tag that I had chopped the top off of the tag and used it on another layout, and it just says happy there. And the reason I decided to use that is, I keep pointing to that little smaller square, is because on December 10th, so on day 10, I hit 13,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I just happened to look at my analytic exactly when it turned to 13,000. So I snapped a picture before it changed, and so I want to document that the day that I hit 13,000. And then the snowman card, I didn't know if I wanted to cut out that little label and then stick it on the card. But if I looked around that label, the light blue was almost the same color as the background, and I thought it's not going to stand out. And there's quite a bit of red on some of the other cards. Like there's red, that little house is red, that little nutcracker is red, some of the stockings, and that other card, there's a lot of red. So I thought I'm okay with leaving the red around that label, and I'll just use it the way it is. Now that I have sort of the base, I know where I'm going with this. I know which ones are going to be my photos. I know which one is where my number is going to go, like the day number, and then where my journaling is going to go. And probably with this one, I'm going to be journaling with a white gel pen because it'll stand out on that blue. So at this point, I just think, okay, let's glue down what I know exactly what is going to be, like the photo mats and all that. Let's just glue that down because there's a lot of pieces in December daily project life sort of album. There's a lot of components. There's a lot of 4x6 cards and 3x4, and then you add all those little mats, and then when you start adding embellishments, it makes it so that it can get kind of overwhelming, and then you kind of wonder where that piece or this piece is supposed to go. So by gluing everything down that I know what it's going to be or where it's going to go, then it takes away that frustration. Now, another thing that was exciting, and I got to remember to take a picture, is I bought a new chair to put in my scrap room because I found I'm a stand-up scrapbooker, and I have been for years and years and years, and my husband built my desk so that I could stand up. Well, I've noticed in the last few months that standing up for too long, my back really starts to hurt. So I had this little stool with no back, and it was really starting to, hurt my back if I sat on it. So I found this stool on Amazon, and I have to remember that was the first day on December 10th was the first day that I actually used it for the first time. So I'll have to remember to take a picture of that chair and put it in my December 10th layout. So some other things that I was trying to think, what can I take pictures of? Well, for the last 2 nights, we've had Mason after school because my daughter is going to college and she has, the year-end big test and she needs to study. So I've had to do Mason's homework with him. So last night I forgot to take a picture of his homework, but he's here again tonight. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take pictures of his homework and maybe of us doing his homework together, and that can be pictures that I can put in for yesterday, day 9, and yesterday, day 10. I'm kind of a little confused because this is actually going up 1 day late. I was supposed to put 2 videos up last night, but I ended up with a migraine yesterday. So I thought, you know what, tomorrow, like today, I had a doctor's appointment, and every time I go to the doctor, and I only go once a year because I had cancer when I was 25. So every year I have to go and make sure that I do, all the tests and, all the fun women tests that we have to do. And then he sends me for blood requisition and chest x-ray, and it's a long thing. So I know just in the room with him, it's all over half an hour. So today I was lucky. It ended up only being 2 hours, but usually I'm there for 4 hours. But still, after that, we had to wait for Mason to be done school and all that. So I didn't have any time today to do any kind of scrapbooking. So it was good that I kept that one from yesterday to upload today. And today's day 11, and tomorrow I work a 12-hour shift. So I won't be able to do day 11 today, and I won't be able to do day 12 tomorrow. So on Friday, it's going to be some catch-up time. So tomorrow, the video, and it seems to be a really popular one, but it's going to be clean my scrap room with me. I always like at least once a month or every 6 weeks, I call it the reset button. I clean up my scrap room and start all over again. Although this time it wasn't that bad. I was pretty good at making sure to kind of clean up after every time that I put some layouts together. I think it was only the last 2 or 3 that I kind of put together that I didn't fully clean up. So there was quite a few things to clean up, but it always feels good to kind of hit that reset button. Another exciting thing is, yes, I'm working tomorrow, but then the next time, tomorrow's December 12th, and then the next time that I'm scheduled to work is January 12th. I had taken an extra shift on the 19th, but it was taken away because there's a whole bunch of people that have just been signed off, so they need shifts for them. So I was taking that shift away. But I'm not even upset about that because from December 12th to January 12th, I have it off, and I plan to do a whole bunch of scrapbooking. I plan on finishing my December daily. I plan on getting my class ready for January. I plan on finishing my album, my mini album, for what books I read in 2019. I plan on doing my end of years layouts, what I accomplished in 2019. And I also plan on doing some layouts on my goals of 2020 and my one little word and my dot journal. I'm going to update it, for how I keep track of all the books that I read and all my goals for my book reading goals too. So I'm quite excited about all the things that are coming up on my channel. But that's it. That's going to complete day 10. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.